Okay, so we're gonna cover infant CPR. Okay, we did adult, child. Now it's time to cover infant. All right, now with infant CPR, um, just first want to discuss what is an infant. An infant is under 1 years old. Now I would say sometimes if you have a premature baby, you can extend those years to maybe up to a year and 6 months. But typically before they're big enough to walk, you know, we will consider that an infant. After that, we consider them toddlers, which is a child, and we will take all the way up to the age of 10, 11, and treat those as children. Okay. Now we just covered CPR for infant. Now we're covering choking for an infant. Okay. So this is what we want you to do. Put the infant in your offhand, so you stay your right-handed. So put the infant face out in your left hand. Okay. Now, what you're gonna do is put your other hand through the baby's legs, open the airway. You put the baby over your knee. Okay. Now, what we want to do is 5 back slaps and 5 chest thrusts, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now, what you're gonna do is grab the back of the head and turn the baby over. Straddle both of these legs over your arm. Okay. This arm, you're gonna bring it into your armpit, and then you're gonna take your other 2 fingers, and then you're gonna do 5 chest thrusts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Anytime you see food coming out, you wanna scoop and get it out. Right? Scoop and get it out, and then we're gonna do the back slaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have one of these right now, literally, and they say he's always on the prowl because he goes from trying to get into one thing to another. His whole motivation is what can I get into. Right? So in this particular situation, he was chewing on a paper bag. I don't know how he got it. Well, I do know how he got it because I left it. But he chewed it up and then he had it in his mouth. So I was trying to scoop it out. Well, the thing is, the mouth is very small on a little baby like this, right? You can't really stick your finger in there like that. So there's situations that, probably are worse than that was. It was just a little piece. You may not be able to stick your finger in the mouth without pushing it further down. So that's why we want to do the back slaps, right? And if it's severely choking the infant, even infants, even 2 years old, 1 year old, they know better to try to cough it up. They're coughing it up themselves, like, I'm only 6 months, but I still want to breathe, right? They know how to do that. Okay, so they'll cough it up with you. You slap them black, and then we'll get this food out. Okay, good. Any questions about that? Okay, excellent. Okay, let's pull this adult back up, and then after this, we'll go over the initial assessment, and then we're gonna. Okay, Matt, can you turn it to this way right now?
The whole thing is shown.
Oh, you see it right now?
Yeah, everything is shown.
Alright, so now we're going to deal with the initial assessment, okay? When you come on the scene and you determine that it's time to do CPR, this is what we're going to do and say to determine it's time to do CPR, okay? The first thing is making sure the scene is safe, okay? Now, I was in a situation where I wanted to respond. I had my mouth to barrier device, my first aid kit, right? And I pulled up on a big car accident in the middle of the street. Well, I just ran in, being gullible and not thinking, not doing the first step of making sure the scene is safe. Try to be a hero, right? Trying to save this lady from this car, trying to do CPR on this guy. But the car could have blown up on me. I could have got hit by a car from traffic whizzing by. All these things that could have happened. I have family, I have this, people depending on me, and that. So we don't want you to risk your life to try to save somebody else irresponsibly. We don't want you to lose your life trying to save somebody else when you could have did it in a smarter fashion. Okay? So what we would like for you to do is first think about what you're gonna do. Think about the situation, survey the scene, and make sure it is safe, okay? Because you may have to make the scene safe. You may have to pull them out the street. You may have to block the traffic, you know, and it's different situations. Maybe they're paralyzed from, you know, getting hit and they're on a motorcycle, so you don't wanna, you know, jeopardize that. You maybe wanna block the traffic, whatever the case may be. Maybe you can get electrocuted from the, you know, fire hydrants and the power lines, whatever the case may be. Survey the scene, don't just run in, okay? So the first thing we're gonna say is the scene is safe. Let's all say that.
The scene is safe.
Right, the scene is safe. Then we're gonna go into our three things we're looking for: heart, lungs, brain. First, we're gonna start with brain, okay? We're gonna tap them on the shoulders and say, hey,
Are you okay?
are you okay? Absolutely, alright? No response, okay? Repeat after me and say, no response.
No response.
Good. Okay, now we're gonna go into pulse and breathing. Take two fingers, right? Put it on the side of the neck closest to you, right? With that hand. Alright, right? No, that hand.
Okay.
And then you're gonna take your ear and put it over the nose and mouth. And watch the rise and fall of the chest and count to 5. 1, 1,000. 2, 1,000. 3, 1,000. 4, 1,000. 5, 1,000. Okay? Now what did we just do? We just felt for a heartbeat, which is a pulse, right? We just listened for oxygen and coming out the nose and mouth. And we were watching the rise and fall of the chest, okay? So this is a very efficient way to check everything at once, you know, in a limited time, okay? Now, we have between 5 and 10 seconds, but we just go for 5 for the sake of class and that everybody stays together, okay? So let's go over those 3 steps again. Scene is safe.
Scene is safe.
Hey, are you okay?
Hey, sir, you okay?
No response, say that.
No response.
And then pulse and breathing, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Okay? Let's do that again. Scene is safe.
Scene is safe.
Hey, are you okay?
Hey, are you okay?
No response,
No response.
1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Okay, now I want you to say no pulse, no breathing.
No pulse, no breathing.
Okay? And then we're gonna add that to what we did earlier. Scene is safe.
Scene is safe.
Hey, are you okay?
Hey, are you okay?
No response.
No response.
1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. No pulse, no breathing.
No pulse, no breathing.
Okay, so now we determine he's what?
You need CPR.
He needs CPR, right? And right now that increasing level of brain damage is occurring, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna yell for help. Help, somebody help! Okay, help shows up, we're gonna say, you, call 911, get the first aid kit and the AED, I'm going to perform CPR, okay? Now I know it may seem like a lot, the tongue twister and everything, but let's just break it down. We're pointing at somebody specific.
Hey, I need help.
Right, we're not saying everybody, we're just saying specifically you.
Mm-hmm.
Call 911, okay? Because you may need to be the one that stays with me while that 911 call is being talked to, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't need you to call 911 and then just getting lost, right? We want you to stay with me, so make sure you call the right person to do that, right? You call 911, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, try if possible. Every scenario is different. If you got somebody else, say you get the first aid kit. Why are we saying that? Because it has this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we don't want to do mouth to mouth and be blood in our mouth, throw up, and all that, right? So until the first aid kit arrives, we're just going to do compression alone, right? Just hands only CPR, meaning we're just going to do compressions nonstop. Okay, there is some oxygenated blood, most likely, that they have in their body that we can circulate to the brain until this arrives. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, I don't have that in the street. Well, the street is different from our job. We're getting certified for the most part for our job, and we should have one of these first aid kits. And if you don't, click the link in the description. We have first aid kits for you, okay? All right, everybody should have a first aid kit in their car, in their job, in their house. Just in case an emergency happens, you have everything in one place, okay? That's our sponsor, right? I'm just kidding. Sponsored by G Medical CPR. All right, so get your first aid kits, right? Now, the next thing is, that's where this is, okay? The AED, you may not have an AED. These are normally found in public places like I've seen it at the airport, you know, a lot of people, I've seen it at the gym. like, 24-hour fitness, whenever those open back up, right? And just different little places with a lot of people, malls, maybe the stadium, might have it. Okay, so with all those things being said, if they have an AED, then get it, but for the sake of classroom, we say get the AED. And if you don't have one, the ambulance will bring something similar to that, okay? Alright, so, let's say that again, and then say, I'm gonna do CPR. That's letting the person on 911 know you're doing CPR so that we can, communicate that to them, okay? So let's take it from the top. Seeing it safe.
Seeing it safe.
Hey, are you okay? No response, okay? 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. No pulse, no breathing. Help. You. Call 911. You. Get the first aid kit and the AED. I'm gonna do CPR, okay? So this is all you have to do to pass our class. It's not too hard, right? Okay, take it on top. Seeing it safe. Hey, are you okay?
No
No
response.
response. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000.
No pause, no breathing.
No pulse, no breathing, right?
Hey, you, call 911. Hey, you, get the first aid kit and the AED. I'ma do CPR.
Okay, you got it.
And then you start doing this regular chest compression.
Yeah, so let's see if you got it. Let me have you do it all the way from start to finish. Wait, before you do that, let me show the internet world what it looks like. See it safe. Hey, are you okay? No response. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. No pulse, no breathing. Help! You. Call 911, get the first aid kit and the AED. I'm gonna do CPR. Or you can say somebody else to do it, okay? Or I say, help, you call 911, you get the first aid kit and the AED. I'm gonna perform CPR, and they want to do 30 and 2, okay? This is your skills test. Go ahead and do it.
Okay. Seeing it safe. Hey, are you okay? Shit.
No, I'm just playing. No, she didn't give a consent form or nothing.